Since her debut in the 70s classic Animal House, Berkshire's resident Karen Allen has been a star of stage and screen, building a career pursuing her passions. Now the veteran actor is taking on a new role, her feature film directorial debut, and it will be shot and produced right here in Western Massachusetts, using a lot of local talent both in front of and behind the camera. Connecting Point executive producer Tony Dunne and videographer Dave Fraser visited Allen in her Berkshire County home to hear about her illustrious career and this latest project.
You know, I was fascinated by a number of things in my life that I was interested in pursuing. One of them was design, and I went to New York City to work in the design world and to study design. But a friend of mine invited me to see this theater company, and it really changed my life. I kind of went in one person, came out a different person slightly in terms of my perspective on my life kind of shifted. And then I moved to New York City to really pursue a life in the theater. As it turned out, I just sort of happened upon an audition for a film, and they cast me in the role of Katie in Animal House, and it sort of opened the door to not only myself, but to a lot of the young actors in the film, most of whom, like me, had never done a film before. So then, you know, it kind of became very possible to work in the film world, and I tended to constantly go back and forth between doing a film and working in the theater, and doing a film and working in the theater, you know, for the next chunk of time. And that shifted a little when my son was born in 1990. I began to think, you know, maybe I didn't want to live full-time in New York City. I wanted him to have more of an experience of the country. So I had come up to the Berkshires to work at the Berkshire Theater Festival one summer. And I worked at Williamstown several years in a row. And I had never been to Massachusetts before, and I very much fell in love with this area. The Berkshires, first of all, is an extraordinarily beautiful place. It's ripe with possibility. It's very open. You can find something that inspires you or something that you want to offer the community, and there's then the possibility of really bringing it into being. So I began to teach at Bard College at Simons Rock and began then to direct there, and then that sort of expanded into my directing at the Berkshire Theater Festival, and that expanded into my directing in New York City, but I continued to direct at the Berkshire Theater Festival and have a really, really good relationship with that theater, and have had, you know, wonderful experience working there. Going back to probably my late teens, early 20s, I have been a huge fan of Carson McCullers. And I came upon this story, A Tree, a Rock, a Cloud, and it's going to be a beautiful project. It's a short film, and fortunately people have kind of risen to the occasion. We have Rick Sands, who's an extraordinary cinematographer, who is a local, he lives here. And then I spoke with Diane Perlman, and she said, well, I'll help you do it too. And one of my dearest friends, who's an amazing production designer, who's spent a lot of time in the Berkshires over the years, she's going to work with us. We're going to do a lot of the rest of the casting locally. And yeah, it's coming together. We're going to shoot it in May and June. There will be, I think, a lot of places we can take it in terms of education, you know, to colleges and high schools and even, you know, middle schools and stuff, because it's that kind of story that I think would just connect with even young children. My grandmother used to always say to me when I was little, you must aspire to what you admire, you know, and it really stayed with me in a very profound way. To be an actor and to be a director is such a privilege. To me, it's not work, it really is kind of a calling.